policy and inflation. It is under a module in FTC, and I thought I had prior knowledge on this topic and I can share something with you. As I have studied economics in the University of Dhaka for 5 years and earned my honors and master's degree from there. This is the objectives of this session. After completing this session, I think participants will have the basic concept, or at least define what is monetary policy, what is fiscal policy, the basic concepts of monetary policy, and of course something about inflation. What is inflation and the reasons behind inflation. So I will try to cover this point and give you a brief overview about these topics. Before discussing about monetary policy and fiscal policy, I would like to tell you a story about the policy. Before Great Depression in 1929, which lasted for the earlier part of 1940s, the governmental approach towards economic phenomena was laissez-faire. I should write this. Laissez-faire. Laissez-faire means do nothing. The governmental approach towards economic phenomena was do nothing. This is a fluctuation in the business cycle. It will eventually solved by the market. So government doesn't need anything to intervene in the economy to solve the economy. That was the governmental approach towards economic phenomena before 1930s. And in 1930s, we all know about the Great Depression all over the world. One brilliant economist from Britain, John Maynard Keynes. John Maynard Keynes. You may have heard his name. He is one of the Nobel laureate. He wrote a book in 1936 about the general theory of employment, interest, and money. And in that book, he said that instead of doing nothing, government should come out with some ideas, plans, and strategies to solve the economic problems. And from there, nowadays we find monetary policy, fiscal policy. To control, to solve, to direct different economic phenomena, governments take two types of policies: monetary policy and fiscal policy. Very easy thing. You do not have to think very critically. Fiscal policy deals with the government's income and expenditure. Government earns something through taxes and other fees and spends it for the prosperity of the country. So fiscal policy deals with the government's income and expenditure. Am I clear to all? Fiscal policy is very simple. Government's income and expenditure. And that is not our topic today. I am just giving you a brief understanding about the fiscal policy. Now come to the major part, monetary policy. Monetary policy deals with the money supply of the country. Let me tell you what is money supply. Money supply is very, very important thing. Money supply means the circulation of total money in the economy. I repeat, the circulation of total money in the economy at any particular time. Do you understand what I say? Yeah. The circulation of total money in the economy. And central banks, what is the central bank for Bangladesh? Bangladesh Bank. Bangladesh Bank controls money supply. And money supply is the only tool for monetary policy to regulate something. Control interest rate, control unemployment rate, control exchange rate, and so many things. You have to do so many things. You have to control the interest rate, you have to control the unemployment rate, you have to increase the GDP, and you have to do all this only by one tools. And that is it, your money supply. Central bank controls all these variables with a policy that called monetary policy, and it has been taken for every 3 months. Every 3 months you will see that Bangladesh Bank announces its quarterly monetary policy. And in that policy, it decides what the amount of the money will be supplied in the economy. And by controlling that, central bank controls interest rate, reduce unemployment, stabilize the price level, and so many things. Okay. Do you now have a basic idea about the monetary policy? Monetary policy means the controlling of the money supply. And money supply means the total amount of money that has been circulated in the economy. I will show you later that how the money supply can control interest rate, inflation, exchange rate, employment, everything. I will show you. Very interesting topic. Okay, so the objective of monetary policy is to, I have already told you, stabilize the currency, stabilize the economy, full employment, and economic prosperity. Just basic. What is monetary policy? Monetary policy is nothing but controlling the money supply of the country. And by doing so, what the objective of the monetary policy is to stabilize the economy, control the unemployment rate, and economic prosperity. Okay, I will clear to one.
Yes, okay.
Next slide. There are two types of monetary policy basically. One is expansionary and another is contractionary. And by the word you can understand what does it mean. Because in monetary policy there is only one rule, and that is money supply. And contractionary means you reduce the money supply. Expansionary means increase the money supply. Very simple. These two types of money supply, monetary policy basically. One is expansionary, another is contractionary. One thing I must say about monetary policy while discussing about monetary policy, if I don't tell you what is time lag of monetary policy, you will find it difficult. Monetary policy takes time. If I compare fiscal policy with monetary policy, fiscal policy is like driving a car. You start the wheel, the car will immediately change the direction. And monetary policy is like anchoring a ship. You change the anchor and it will take time for the ship to change its direction. Monetary policy is like that. It works through variables. Like if you want to increase the GDP of the country. So what you can do? You take a expansionary monetary policy. Expansionary monetary policy, in the money market, the interest rate will come down. As the interest rate comes down, investment will go up. As the investment go up, there will be more goods and services in the future in the country. And all this process will take time. It will take at least 9 to 18 months. So that's why there is a huge time lag. On the other hand, if you tell about fiscal policy, it takes no time. You increase the tax rate today, tomorrow started the price will increase. You increase the tax today, started the price will increase immediately before, because our businessmen are so smart, they could understand, they can forecast your policy. Another part I want to talk about inflation. Before talking about inflation, I would like to ask you whether inflation is good or bad. Just consider it, good or bad. Okay, inflation is the persistent increase in the price level. Persistent increase in the price level. Persistent increase in the price level, which is persistent, sustained. Okay. Here is the definition. Inflation is the increase in the price level, which is sustained. Okay. There are two types of inflation.
Let's stop here. You can rather invite questions.
Thank you. You can ask me questions. Do you have any question about monetary policy, fiscal policy, and the definition of inflation?
Why inflation is good or bad?
Yeah, very, very good. That will help me to elaborate my topic. Okay, there are two types of inflation. One is cost push, another is demand pull. If the demand of the economy increases, that will definitely increase the price level. I can show you in the slide.
Yeah.
Here you can see the demand But